Does the FDA make nutrition labels, and can you create your own nutrition labels? As a matter of fact, in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step. If you're creating a specific recipe and you have an ingredient, but you have a secret ingredient that you don't want everybody to know what it is, but you want to know what is actually in it, I'm going to show you how we create this on Recipal, and you can make your own nutrition label. I'm going to show you step by step with my laptop open. We're going to get into that right now. All right, so welcome back to Marketing Food Online. And in this video, I was actually answering a question from one of our subscribers. It was in regards to creating a recipe using Recipal, which is a platform where you can use their software to create your own nutritional labels. But the thing of it is that a lot of times you create a product and you may have a specific ingredient, like let's say Worcestershire, or you have ketchup, or you have mayonnaise. But you don't necessarily, you want to kind of keep that, kind of like a trade secret, you want to keep that a little secretive as to what it is that's in it. Now, the cool thing about Recipal is that you can type an ingredient in here. And I'm actually going to do, I have on the side of my desk here, I've got a recipe for barbecue sauce. I'm going to use this as an example. You can actually type an ingredient in here like ketchup. And the thing of it is, here it is, Heinz tomato ketchup, okay? So if you, by the way, if you use a specific brand of ketchup, you don't necessarily need to include that in the ingredient list as far as the brand name. You do need to include it as an ingredient. But I'm going to show you in a second how you can kind of keep a bit of that recipe secret, but you're still letting people know what the ingredients are. So first off, let's do this. We're going to add this to our recipe. Ketchup is number one. Then we have apple cider vinegar. So let's go apple cider. There it is, apple cider vinegar. And again, we're going to go ahead and use this, the Bragg unfiltered apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So if you want to kind of keep the secret sauce, if you will, a little bit of a secret, you can do this. But I'll have to show you how we actually do this. So you want to add that to the recipe. So what I'm going to do is add all of the ingredients really quick and then adjust the sizes. And then I'm going to show you what I mean. So this also calls for Worcestershire sauce. There it is. Okay, Lee and Perrins, another great example. Let's go ahead and select Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. And maybe I said that wrong, but that's okay. We're going to add that. And now you see it. It's down here. It's added, okay? So you see all this, okay? Perfect. All right, so let's go up here, and we are going to finish off the ingredient list. We've got some brown sugar. Do light brown sugar, yes, and I need to add that. And we're almost done, and then I'm going to show you how this works. Because I had a great consult with a fantastic client who was creating and developing a sauce of some kind. So he says, hey, I was trying to figure out, I'm adding, actually specifically like a Worcestershire, I was adding something like a Heinz tomato sauce. But I don't necessarily want to give that secret that it's actually Worcestershire, but it actually lists the ingredients that is in the Worcestershire sauce. That's the main difference. Let me show you this real quick. Got yellow mustard. French's classic yellow mustard, another great example. Perfect. I want to get that brand name because I want to show you what I mean. All right, so then we have onion powder. Spices onion powder, fantastic. We have a little bit of that. And then lastly, we have water, which is just tap water. Okay, this is just a barbecue sauce I'm using as an example here. And then, of course, black pepper. Perfect. Spices, black pepper. Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's move down here. Here's what I mean. So we have a half a cup. So let's do half a cup. We'll do 8 ounces. And we're going to have half a cup of, this makes a pretty big amount. So half a cup, 8 ounces of vinegar is a lot of vinegar. Lee and Perrins, okay, Worcestershire. So we need a quarter cup. You know what I'm going to do? I'll do 4 ounces. 4 ounces there. Brown sugar is right. Actually, we have 1 ounce. Mustard, let's go through the mustard. We have 2 teaspoons. That's perfect. So let's go ahead and make that 2. And then that's 1 tablespoon. That's perfect. This is actually going to be 1 cup. Perfect. And then black pepper is going to be just a teaspoon. Wow, that's perfect. Already set up. Fantastic. All right, so let's go down here. Now, this is going to create 8 ounce, 8 ounce, 8 ounce. This is going to create 2 packages that are going to be 12 ounces. Let's just say 12 ounces. Okay. How many does the packages this make? This makes 2. Serving size, we're just going to do 1 ounce. And then I'm going to take you over to how many servings in each package. 12. Fantastic. Awesome. So we've got our set. It's going to be 2 different packages that'll produce 12 ounces for each bottle of barbecue sauce, for our example. Each recipe will produce 2 of them, and we'll give this a name. This is barbecue sauce. And let's go to set ingredients. Okay, so here is where I'm going to answer the question. So he had asked, he said, Damien, I wanted to put ketchup and I have mayo, I have mayonnaise, and I have all this in here, but I don't want necessarily to let people know that it's specifically ketchup in a sense. So can I put it in here, and then the ingredients that's found in that specific product, that's the ingredient list, okay? That's the most important part. So if there was a bit of this that was supposed to be a little kept secret, we want to do this. This part right here is ketchup. We'll remove that because the ingredients found in that ingredient, if you want to say it that way, is the tomato concentrate and the right. That's the most important part for your customers to know. The Lee and Perrin sauce, distilled vinegar. Let's make sure it doesn't say anything. Okay, so this doesn't say the word Worcestershire, so that's perfect. It's removed it. French's Classic yellow mustard. So this would be the actual yellow mustard itself. Brown sugar, black pepper, apple cider. So again, this specific ingredient of Bragg's, let's see, apple cider, it won't be on there, but the ingredient inside of it will be. So make sure. Now see here, right here is where, this was where the French's was. And you've got all of your ingredients starting here for your Worcestershire, all of the ingredients for your Worcestershire sauce right there. Okay, so if you're going to create it, to answer your question that he had asked, put the product ingredient in there. When you go to finalize the ingredient statement, this is going to be the most important information because that is all of the ingredients. You don't have to put the brand name. Nobody needs to know that. As long as you've got the ingredient, you've got your allergen statement, you've got everything that's going to educate the customer as to what is in this product, you're good to go. So you see here it says Heinz, Lee and Perrins, the Bragg's, those brand names. This is the display in the ingredient lists. Okay? So that's going to let people know what the ingredients are. And they're never going to know it's Worcestershire. If you've got a secret sauce ingredient, if you've got a barbecue sauce, a marinade, if you're making spaghetti sauce and you've got a specific thing, as long as the ingredients are listed and your allergens are on there as per the FDA regulations, the brand name and the name of the item is not of importance because the customer is not allergic to Heinz. The customer could be allergic to tomato concentrate. They're not allergic to Heinz. You understand what I'm saying? So they need to know what is in the product itself. So from here, then you can view your nutritional label, and there you go. That is your barbecue sauce example to show you here. Apple cider. There's no mention of Worcestershire. There's no mention of Heinz or French's, but the customer will know everything that is in this. Understood? Understand? Pretty good, huh? So from there, you can go ahead and then download. You can download it and save it and then print it up. So if you've got a specific recipe and you have an ingredient, but the ingredient itself is a brand name of some type, and you just don't want people to know what the Worcestershire is because that could be spices, that could be something that's of your individual uniqueness of your recipe, this is how you can create it, but still inform the customer of what specifically is in that. So if you're asking yourself, can you create your own nutrition label? That is definitely for sure you can. And does the FDA make nutrition labels, as I opened up in the beginning? No, they do not. The FDA is a government agency that sets guidance. They have guidelines, and they want you to follow them as a food producer. They set guidelines to keep people safe, to make sure people don't have certain allergies and such, make sure they're safe from that. So they don't necessarily make them for you, but they're going to say, hey, you know what, Damien, if you're going to create a barbecue sauce, you need to make sure this, and this is in there. So they create what's known as guidance. If you need this and more, definitely check out our channel here. If this is your first video, definitely hit the subscribe button. We've got over 1,000 videos to help you, the food entrepreneur, create your own food business and, of course, your own food and nutritional labels. And I do hope that answers your question. And thank you again. I'll see you guys in our next video.